This video, I'm going to show you the secret to healing and changing other people. I'm going to share with you something about reality that not many people are talking about, and something that by simply knowing will change your life. Welcome back to another video. My name's Aaron and I help people expand their consciousness. Now in this video, I'm going to be showing you the secret to changing other people and also healing other people. Now this is something that like I said, I've never shared before. I shared parts of it in certain videos, but this is going to have to do with understanding more about how reality works and understanding how reality is in a way a hologram. And when we perceive of other people in our reality, there's a certain way that we feel about those other people. And the way that we think and feel about those other people will emphasize the way that we interact with them. Now this is something that you may notice as well when you hear of people that used to be able to heal people by emitting off a certain frequency. Like for example, someone like Jesus, for example. So he's be able to heal someone, or other great like enlightened people of the past. We're able to do literally magical things that we'd consider to be magic. And one way that they could do that is what they would do is when they were looking at somebody that came to them and said, oh, I have this disease or this thing, I'm going to die. He would look at them, and what he would do is he would see them as so whole and complete, and he'd see that with such certainty that what would happen is that would override that own person's belief in themselves, also because they're giving up their belief to somebody else in a way because they believe that this person could do some miracle. And what happens is by them giving that up to the person, they would so strongly infuse their belief that this person is healed that then they would match the frequency and match the reality of that. So in a way, what happens is the way that we are expected to be and the way that we see ourselves is imposed in our reality, then reflected out to other people. Now, if somebody else sees us a certain way, there will be times that we may act in a certain way in alignment to that, because in a way it's kind of like the path of least resistance. So the truth of the matter is that everyone outside of us is a reflection of us. And what we can change in other people is simply our perception of them. Changing our perception of them. Changing our perception of them and feeling differently about them is one of the ways that you can, quote, change other people. But you see, it's not coming from this manipulation factor. Yes, the title of the video says like it kind of, you would think when we think of changing other people, that it's something like we actually change them. But you see, there really is no them. They are reflections of us. So I'm going to share with you a little bit about how to go about that. And it's been because I've been inspired lately. Let me know if you like the videos. Like I'm walking around doing videos right now. I know it's a little bit different than the usual. But when it comes to this, what I've been inspired by lately is reading more about a process called Ho'oponopono. Ho'oponopono was by Dr. I can't say the last name. Starts with an S. I can't say it. He's an amazing doctor, though, and he was able to realize that if he had a mental patients in a mental ward, and what he would do is instead of trying to change them, he never actually went even into the hospital. What he did is he changed his perception of them. That's all he did. He changed his perception of these people that were what we would call mentally ill. And by him changing his perception of them, him doing a certain process like Ho'oponopono, they eventually shifted and changed. Which begs the question, how could something like that happen? Well, what he did is in his version of reality, he healed within himself the beliefs or the thoughts about these people. And by doing so, in his reality, they changed. And even in the reality where they could prove that, they could say, oh, they were this way before, and then after he did all this work on himself, these people changed. Which also begs the question, what is reality? How can we have the ability to do something like that? So that I found really interesting. So when we apply this to other people, I think the best way that we can heal other people is by seeing them not as a victim, but as whole and complete. But also not just seeing them as whole and complete, understanding that they are a reflection of us. And because they're a reflection of us, one of the things in Ho'oponopono that you must do is you say, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. You're sorry because you in the first place may have labeled somebody else as imperfect. He would feel sorry. What's more of what you do is you take responsibility. You take responsibility, which sounds paradoxical. How are you going to take responsibility for somebody that may have done something but wrong to other people? How are you going to take responsibility for that? But you see, everything in reality is a reflection of our perception. So if we view them as doing something wrong, even though many other people in the world would agree that there's something wrong that they did, we are still agreeing to that definition and seeing them less than perfect. We aren't seeing them through the eyes of source, we're seeing them through the eyes of judgment. So because we've created the judgment, we have also created the imperfection inside of them. So it is our fault. We're taking responsibility. I'm sorry for the judgment that I placed on you. I'm sorry for not seeing you through the eyes of source. And because we're sorry about it, we then say, please forgive me. Forgiveness is the key to all healing. So we say, please forgive me. So I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you. We then step into a vibration of gratitude. Thank you. Thank you. And then we say, I love you. I love you. If you love everyone, that is the secret to really transforming your life, is love. Because it's the fundamental fabric of the universe. That's fun to say. It is the fundamental fabric of the universe. So this easy 4-step process is something you can apply in your own life. And below, what I'll do is I'll link a video that you listen to for 21 days that I think will change your life. And you just put it on the background. You could say the Ho'oponopono with me. It's also with a certain intention that it's said with, but it's got certain music in the background. It's something that's easy to listen to. And do that. Watch how your life begins to change. And I've kind of shared this before, but as you, in a way, let me show you. I'll show you right here. So, as you stick figure, yay. So, we have this toroidal field around our body like that. So, you may have disturbances in your energy field from thoughts that you think of someone else, like they are annoying, they are weak, oh, I feel sorry for them. You ever see people that like maybe disabled and you know they don't like it when people see them as a victim? It's because when people see them as a victim, they're giving them pity, and then a lot of times it's something that they can feel. You see, these thoughts are in our energy field. They are annoying, they are weak. Sometimes even subconsciously, you may just view certain people as weak. I feel sorry for them. You feel like someone's a victim, or you might even say, I'm a victim. I victim. I'm not even going to say am. I victim. So then what happens is what you are doing with Ho'oponopono is you are saying, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for this judgment. You might not be sorry. They might be weak. They might be doing something. They might be treating other people in a certain way. And you may be like, they're weak. It's a judgment, right? And here's the thing. Your insistence on them, you thinking that this is a separate person, is actually a person that is energetically connected to you. So by having that judgment on them, it is still within your energy field, and then you attract that person to always fit in the slot in your mind of the way that you see them. It's in a way locked in. You've locked them in a certain way in your mind, therefore you will only experience them in that way. Now when you do something like Ho'oponopono and you say, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. If I had an eraser, I would just erase these. But you start to let these go, and then you start to have a much cleaner energy field. Love is the key. I mean, I know it sounds cliche, but love is the key to all of this. So what happens is when the way that you change other people is not by actually changing them. It's by changing, because in your reality, what you perceive of in your reality, your version of them is equal to that which you believe about them, that which you think and emotionally feel about them. So if you heal those judgments, those aspects, you then will be able to influence them in a powerful way and change them. But here's the thing. What you're doing is you're changing you're giving them, it's called cleaning. That's what Dr. Aikilaki, I can't say it, I'm sorry. The doctor that founded Ho'oponopono, that's what he talks about. It's called cleaning. You want to clean up your vibration. You want to clean up your energy from the way that you view other people, because when you're taking responsibility for it, because you have come up with the judgment in the first place. Doesn't mean you have to feel guilty, but guess what? You cannot change that which you do not own. And here's something else I was thinking about the other day. I was reading, I've been really into enlightenment lately, like looking into enlightenment, the different beliefs or the knowings that enlightened masters have. And in the autobiography of a yogi, there was like a story about some enlightened guru that took on the karma of one of his devotees, his disciples, or whatever you call them. And when he took on his disciples, he took on that energy, and then his disciple was healed, and his disciple could live. It was like some painful energy. And he did that out of like selfless compassion. But this is what I think he did. I think that guru, that he literally took responsibility for someone else's karma, and then he saw that other person as so whole and complete that person became whole and complete. And that he dealt with it as like a higher vibrational being. I'm not saying you need to do that for everyone. I'm not saying you need to go and like tag on other people's karma. But you realize there is no other people. You are just healing within yourself. You are working on yourself. There's a guy that I work with. There's a guy that I see at the gym sometimes, in the sauna, of all places. I always end up meeting people in the sauna. Because when it's 180 degrees and you talk to people, it makes time go by quicker. And this guy, his name's Cliff, he's a really cool guy. He's like an investor guy he had a company that was worth over $100 million, real successful guy. And he's a trader. He trades currency, and which is like he pays attention to the news. He gets up every day, he trades currency. He's very successful at what he does. He's like 50, he's 60 years old, 63 I think. And he's real cool to talk to. I really like talking to him. A very wise guy. And his daughter is like 30. And his daughter is, he's been trying to teach how to trade, because he doesn't know how much longer he's going to be alive. He got health issues every now and then. And he wants to teach his daughter how to trade so that she's set for life. Because if he teaches her what he knows about trading, her getting up every morning at 5 in the morning, he's like an amazing trader. She'll be well off her whole entire life. Just trading. Getting up every day for a couple hours and trading. So he's been trying to get her to do that. He knows that she knows she should be listening to him because she has the opportunity right now to learn from her dad, who's a master trader. But it's like she's not applying it. What he realized, like I said, he's a wise guy. What he realized is he personally is a bit overweight. And he's been realizing that he knows he should eat better. It's funny, he's vegetarian. He actually eats pretty healthy. I guess he just eats a lot of food. But he's a bigger dude. And he realizes that he should be eating healthier, but he's not doing it. So what he realized he must do is he must take his own advice and start to lose weight and start to focus on his health. And the funny thing is by working on himself and working on his own health and working on his own diet and everything, then his daughter is now coming around and wants to learn more about how to trade. So it's a funny thing that once he takes his own advice, then his daughter will begin to take his advice. It's almost like because he wasn't listening, he was getting a reflection of his daughter not listening to him, because he wasn't even listening to him, because he knew he should be eating healthier. So you see, it's a very interesting thing, but reality is a reflection. And if you want to change anyone else, you must work on yourself. There are always synchronicities in our life showing us what we can go within ourselves to do, how we can take more responsibility. How can we take responsibility? How can we heal our version of the way we see people and start to see them as whole and complete? If we see people as whole and complete, that then infuses them with healing energy. If you have someone that's sick in your family, if you have someone that has a disease or has cancer, don't view them as somebody that has cancer. View them as somebody that's healing or someone that's healed. And by imposing, you're doing a service to them, because everyone else that sees them, that hears their story, is going to think of them in that victim mentality. It's going to be imposing a reality on them that makes it very easy for them to follow along that slot of they're a victim, or they're in this type of disease, or in this type of sickness. If you view them as whole and complete, you are then adding and giving them energy for them to work with and making it easier for them to heal. This is the magic of the Maharishi effect, where people can focus on love and healing in the world. And if you get 5,000 meditators to do that, it can change the whole entire world. The crime will go down 80%. That's insane. That's crazy. But it's not. That's the way reality actually works. So if we want to heal anything on the outside, first off, realize there is no outside. There is no outside. There is only a reflection of us, a reflection of the inside. What we can do is take responsibility, not for what someone else does, but take responsibility for the judgment we've placed upon them. Viewing them as a sick victim or a sick person is what's imposing that reality in our reality. If we want to heal them in our reality, we must first off heal our judgment about them and start to see them as whole and complete. Because then people can act in alignment to that new way that we see them. That is the power of Ho'oponopono. That is the power of us going within ourselves to realize everything's a reflection, to us taking responsibility for the judgment we first saw placed upon it, and then healing it. So remember, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. These 4 statements, said repetitively, will change your energetic field. And by you starting to view everyone else as a reflection of you, as an extension of you, you begin to see reality in a much different way. And you start to experience a shift in consciousness. So, right below right now, you'll see a link to listen to the Ho'oponopono meditation. You can listen to it while you're driving, listen to it whenever you want. Listen to it for 21 days. Watch how your life changes as your energy field begins to change. Watch how you begin to shift your consciousness as well as you realize that everyone's a reflection. It's a very deep metaphysical concept, to be honest with you. Also, let me know if you want me to do more meditations more videos like this walking around. I've done like 2 or 3 now. If so, maybe I'll do more. Also, I'll be doing more live creators on Instagram. So if you want to ask me questions on Instagram, you can ask me below, or you can click below and follow me on Instagram. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to like this video if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the little notification gear so you can see the daily vids that I do. And other than that, as always, peace, much love, and namaste.